My name is Christian Bates. I've been an osteopath and a naturopath for 16 years, and over the last few years I've been writing a book called Colic: How to Help the 10 Causes of Colic. I based this on my experience of seeing hundreds and hundreds of babies, and I've also thoroughly looked at the scientific and medical research and backed up what I was seeing in my clinic. So today, just in this short few-minute videos, I just want to go through one of the main causes of colic. In actual fact, it was the first one that kind of set me on my journey to writing my book about the 10 causes. So I was having babies that were coming in and they were mentioning this to me. The mother was mentioning this again and again, and it was that the babies had had, or the mother had had, some antibiotic use. Now, if you go onto the website, onto Google, and you search for colic, the front page comes up with Wikipedia, BBC, NHS, NetMums, and you get a lovely list of the symptoms of colic: crying, windy, knees up, and they give some advice: swaddling, shushing, holding them, taking them for a pushchair stroll in the middle of the night, or taking them out in your car. I think all parents, this comes to them naturally. Of course you cuddle your baby and you shush them. So they're just listing fairly, I think, fairly average kind of advice on how to help colic. Where my book is different is that we are giving the causes behind the colic, how to help the causes, so you get a longer term fix for your baby. It's just not the shushing to get them off to sleep then, and then you've got the colic the next day. We're looking at, in a few days, weeks, the colic is going to be significantly be better, so you don't have to take them for a midnight stroll or out in the car when you should all be asleep. So, as I said, antibiotic use to the baby or to the mother during labour, or if she's breastfeeding. Now, this happens for all sorts of reasons now. It's becoming very, very common. Group B strep mothers have antibiotics during labour, and the baby may get them directly after if they've missed the window to give them. C-section scar infections when the mother's breastfeeding, or meconium in the water, or high temperature for the mother or the baby. The hospitals are covering them, rightly so, with antibiotics to protect you and your baby. However, these antibiotics adjust the balance of bad bacteria to good bacteria. So the baby's tummy now has too much bad bacteria and too little good bacteria. And the research clearly shows that this is a major, major cause of colic. In fact, most of the research that comes out shows that colicky babies have a change in the bacteria in their bowel. Now, another major way that this affects a baby, or can affect a baby, is with a C-section delivery. So if you've had a C-section delivery, and 25% of deliveries last year were by C-section, your baby's gut bacteria is known to be out of balance, more bad than good, and different sorts of strains. So this leads to colic. So C-section is a major, major cause of colic. Now, you don't get told this, but I've seen it time and time again through the hundreds and hundreds of babies I've seen, and then I researched it and I found confirmation of what I was seeing. So I use a friendly gut bacteria. I happen to choose Optivac for your baby's health. The strain of friendly gut bacteria in here is Bifidobacteria infantis. It's the one that research shows that babies have more of. So we're just giving them something lovely and safe that they should have already, and we're just bumping it up. And what we're doing is bringing this balance back down. And the research has shown that friendly gut bacteria is safe. It just helps colic by itself without even thinking about this balance. It just helps colic. It can help babies if they're constipated, if they've got diarrhea from having antibiotics. I find it extremely effective. So, just to recap, one of my #1 causes of colic is an imbalance in the gut bacteria. I use a friendly probiotic. The instructions for how to use this are in the book, but just briefly, if the mother's breastfeeding, she can take the probiotic herself and it gets to her in the breast milk, or you can give it directly into a bottle for a formula-fed baby, and I find it highly effective. I of course look at all the other 9 reasons that there may be behind colic, and I go into those other 9 reasons in depth in my book, all or pretty much all scientifically and medically researched, all based on my experience. So if you want to read more about those, then please go to calmingcolicbook.com. That's www.calmingcolicbook.com. If you leave your name and email address there, you can read the first chapter of my book for free. I hope this video has really helped you and that you get some more good information from the free chapter available on that website. Thank you.